Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about everything I'm picking up from Ultimate Pencil Superdrop, as well as the $200 Commander deck that's coming out, as well as Festival in a Box. I've also got another little project that I'm going to be talking about, so let's get into it. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the Lair Ultimate Pencil. We're going to start with the first of the KEXP Seattle radio station Lair collaborations. You Are Not Alone. Great value in here. I'm not interested in any of these. I don't play any group hug stuff, and I already have the cards that I want out of this. I have a Font of Mythos, I have Concord and Crossroads, so I'm good here. This is a skip for me. Decent art though. If I didn't have these cards, I would look harder at it, but I do, so I'm gonna pass on it. Next up, we've got Where the Music Matters, and this is just a whole bunch of basic lands. I just bought the SpongeBob lands. Those speak to me a lot more than these do, but if you're into music, I think they're fine to snag, but for me, it's gonna be pass as well. Next up, we've got featuring Jay Howell, OG Bob's Burger artist. Lair looks really cool. Marchesa's a sweet commander. I don't need any of these cards. I don't really love the art, while I can appreciate it. Not my cup of tea. I'm going to be skipping on this one. You're wondering, where is this idiot going to spend his money? Well, we're going to start right now with Everything is on Fire. I'm going to be snagging singles of the Dragon's Rage Chandler out of this. It's the only card I want. I don't actually play Burn. I play Prowess, so I just need DRCs, and this one's a hot one, and I'm going to try and get 2 to 4 of these. While I love it, I think it's the best DRC looker ever, I don't think it's going to cost me $30 a pop to snag a DRC, so I'm just going to hold off for singles for that one. Finally, we've got Vroom, and this one I am going to snag 2 of because I play a bunch of these cards. I play Lava Dart, I play Monastery Swiftspear, I play Soul Scarred Mage, I play Mishra's Bauble, I played Underworld Breach when it wasn't banned, but I still play it in Commander, so every card in here is playable to me. I'm going to snag 2 of these. And yeah, that's actually all I'm getting from the Ultimate Pencil Secret Lair, Superdrop, all that jazz. Getting a couple singles, and I'm getting 2 layers. That's it. When it comes to the Commander deck, everyone's invited. I think all the art looks great here. The deck plays just okay. But it's not my cup of tea. I don't really love this deck, and at $200, the margins are so slim that I don't even know if I want to hold on to this for something for later down the road. I actually sold a couple Secret Lair decks recently. I'll talk about that later. I'm going to cover everything that I own in terms of Secret Lairs, just so you can kind of see what I'm working with and see where my advice is coming from and all that stuff. But I sold a couple decks, and I just don't know if the margins are there enough for me to want to just hold on to $200. I think it's okay if you do it. Understand it's going to be a long-term hold. Finally, we've got the other big ticket item, Festival in a Box. I think if this goes for what Chicago did, which was actually $200, not $250, if it goes for $200, I think that's a great pickup, especially if you're going to play with a Mystery Booster too. I think if you're just trying to hold Mystery Booster, it's that prospect is ever diminishing, but if you want to play with it, that's a great way to pick it up. If it's $250, I'm a little more on the fence, but I still think it's a decent deal. At $300, I'm out. If they raise their, so it just depends how much they raise the prices. They may not raise them at all. It could just be $200, and that's great. And yeah, I think that's a great pickup. $250, weigh your options. Just understand why you're getting into it. If it's just to play with, I still think that's fine. If you're trying to hold the box, understand that the boxes are coming down. $300, I think your margins are too small. Don't bother with this unless you, for some reason, want to pay $300 for a Sliver Hive. So that's everything that I am buying in terms of Secret Lair stuff that comes out on the 12th. Festival in Box comes out on the 19th, but this stuff is coming out on the 12th. I'm only buying the 2 layers and some singles. Festival in the Box, I'm going to skip personally because I'm going to be snagging it at Vegas, potentially, if the lines aren't too crazy. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is I'm going to MagicCon Vegas, and I need to pick my decks, and I need to get them better and running and tuned up for Vegas so I don't look like an absolute fool. And I thought, what better way to do that than to do it online so all of you can criticize and judge me for how I play Magic. I thought that would be a ton of fun. So I've narrowed down the decks that I'm going to be playing, and we're going to talk about them right now. So I asked a few friends, I asked some people online, how many decks should I actually bring to MagicCon? They said pack 5, bring 3 to the actual con, rotate the decks in and out as you like. I narrowed down the 5 decks that I am going to bring to MagicCon. I'm going to go through them right now, but some of these need a lot of help, and that's what the next little project is going to be on. Each week we're we're going to go through my decks basically leading up to the trip, and we're going to go through by the numbers. This is the metrics channel, and we're going to see how well I actually built this deck. Some of these were built a while ago, and I have plenty of good excuses because I was a new player, and that's why my decks were built so poorly. Some of this, I don't have any excuses. I built the decks recently, and I just got too much Timmy in my eyes, and I wanted to play all the cool cards, and I only put like 30 lands in the deck. And the deck ran, unsurprisingly, really, really clunky. So hopefully in the series, we're going to lay out all the numbers. We're going to see all the categories that my deck sits in, whether I'm just super lean on lands and we need to add more, if my card draw is lacking, if I've got too little removal, and we're just going to buy the numbers, upgrade and tune my decks, get them all ready for MagicCon, so that when I see you guys, or if I see any of you guys, or just if I run into random people when I'm playing Commander at MagicCon, I don't look like an absolute buffoon and my decks actually do their thing. This doesn't mean we're trying to bring them to the absolute power level of, maxing it out bracket 4, but we're going to try and stay in the bracket that we like those decks to sit in, but just make sure that they run really clean, make sure that I'm not going to have to fight myself when it comes to running the decks, that I'm not going to be missing land drops, or my colors are all over the place, or I'm just holding a bunch of dead cards. We want the decks singing really nice. We want them playing super good, so I can have a good time when I play Magic at MagicCon. We're going to talk about the decks that I'm bringing. First deck up, we've got Min, Wily Illusionist. This is my pet deck. I love her so very, very much. She does cool Kodama things, but in blue. It's my favorite deck. I love playing it. It's been upgraded a ton. It's pretty well tuned. We're going to go through that one. Hopefully that will be a baseline of, hey, I'm doing not a bad job and my decks aren't that bad. Next deck up is Shorakai. This little robot is just basically a draw engine on a stick. This is one of my more powerful decks. It's definitely a combo style deck. I'm trying to win quickly. I have free interaction. The deck runs pretty well. I may even put some more free stuff in it as I get a hold of it because I think that would be rad. I want it to be my higher powered deck when I go to MagicCon, so when people are like, hey, let's play some bracket 4 stuff, I can actually hang out and not go to Weenie Hut Jr. Next up, we've got a deck that I think sits in that, again, 2 to 3 power level. It's a fun one for in-person. It's Narset, the Enlightened Exile. Oh god, the camera focus. And while this can be a really broken commander because you play with extra turns, I got a little too hipster and lost in the sauce. This is actually a mill deck because when I went on EGH Rec, I don't know what it is now, but there were 0 Jeskai mill decks, and I thought, wouldn't I just be the coolest friggin' kid if I built a Jeskai mill deck? So we're basically trying to put enough mill into the graveyard to cast everyone's fun and exciting spells like Armageddon or whatever they put in there, or if not, I'm just going to try and mill you out with Fractured Sanity and all that kind of stuff. There's some clear upgrades that I know I need to run. It's a little clunky right now because it's got a little equipment in it, it's got a little mill in it, it's getting pulled in a couple directions. I do want to still kind of thread that needle of pulling it in a few directions, but there's some very clear upgrades we can make to have it running a little better and having a lot more fun with it. I don't know how much we can do to it because as soon as I tell people it's a mill deck, they just kill me instantly because apparently no one likes mill. Who would have thought? All right, number 4, a really fun commander. I really like playing them. It's Megatron Tyrant. Cool, awesome Mardu artifact deck, and you just throw artifacts at your opponents to get Megatron to flip over, be a big beefy boy, smack him with Megatron, make a ton of mana. It's Clunk City right now. The mana base is way too small and way too crappy, and I've got too many threats and not enough engine pieces to get it going, so this is going to be a really interesting one to upgrade. I know it's been needing some upgrade. I even have some pieces ready for it in the wings ready to go, so I'm excited to kind of get this one going and see what we can do to actually get the Megatron deck humming so much better. There's a lot of potential. Definitely think we can do it. I may need your help with it. Final commander for me is an old standby. I've loved this card since I was playing Magic in middle school. It's Kresh the Bloodbraided. He's pretty outdated these days in terms of commander, but boy, I just love him. He can get so big. He can one-shot people out of nowhere. I just don't know how to build a Jund deck to save my life. I've tried a few different iterations of this. I think it's maybe just card draw, or maybe I'm just not junding right. I don't have enough readable threats laid on the table at all times. I think that may be the issue with I'm just not junding right. I'm trying to do too much engine stuff and we never get Kresh out, or I get Kresh out without anything going on and just recursion to get him back from the graveyard, so he actually never has a chance to see anything die or get built up. So I think we need to, this is definitely the most tough, I think, of all all of them. Like, I've got a ton of pieces for it, but I think this is definitely a go back to the drawing board. We need to reimagine how we're going to do Crash. Again, this is like the 4th time I'm reimagining Crash, so hopefully I can get it right this time. It's a good final project, I think, for MagicCon. If I fail at Crash, oh well. I have like 15 other commander decks because I have a huge problem, so if the Crash plan fails, it's okay. We'll bring something else, but I think it would be really fun if we could actually get Crash working. And so those are my commanders. I've got the deck lists posted on my Moxfield already, so if for some reason you want to take a crack at this already without even consulting me or seeing what I'm going to do about these decks, feel free. I read all the comments, so that's what's been going on. Aside, if there's any other Lair news or we've got a new set coming out, obviously I will cover that. I will try and get set EVs out for Final Fantasy as soon as we actually get full spoilers and all that. That'll be at the end of the month. We got plenty of time. This isn't going to be the only content. This is going to be some extra content that I'm really excited to make. And yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know in the comments if you've got suggestions for the decks, and also let me know what you guys are picking up from these layers. If you're getting something, if you're really excited. I saw some people are really excited about some of the KEXP stuff. Yeah, just excited to do all this stuff. This is gonna be my first MagicCon actually, so I'm really excited to fly over to Vegas. Sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm excited for new stuff coming to the channel and doing some more fun stuff with some numbers. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.